Well, it is August 3rd, 2025, and it's a Sunday morning. It's about 9:30, and you're looking out over the lake. Plenty of boats out there fishing. Plenty of pelicans. Did he say pelican? Twice. Here we are. Yeah, I said pelicans. We have pelicans here in Eagle Nest Lake. We really do. And what are we off to doing today, Dottie? What's the plan? Are we going on a dog food run? Are we going to buy dog food? No, we're not going to buy dog food. What we are doing is we ran out of clean clothes. So guess what we have to do? I literally ran out of clean clothes yesterday. So we are headed to Angel Fire to do laundry. So the added bonus will be there's the farmer's market there that you've seen several times, and you're going to see it several more times. What is that saying I keep talking about? Is repetition strengthens and confirms. And I know that's what you like. Here it is. It's first week in August, so it's a pretty packed RV park. We're in what we would call for sure the peak of summer here in beautiful Eagle Nest. And as I don't tire of the beautiful views of the mountains, I am guessing that you're not tiring of them either. So Sundays is getting to be a favorite day of mine. I've always liked Sundays. I always liked Al Roker going Sunday, 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 and I think that's a football reference, but I'm not sure. But I really like Sundays, and there's this. It's a little bit of a bonus for me because I do work. When I say I work one day a week, it's not really a whole day. It's half a day, but I work maybe half a day doing counseling sessions on Fridays, and then I do maybe two of them Saturday morning. But then I head to the museum. I'm at the museum for most of the rest of the afternoon, the late morning and afternoon. So by the time Saturday night rolls around, I'm pretty tired from going pretty strong Friday and Saturday. And Sunday I realized, well, I can do anything I want. I have the day off, and I'm actually have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. Now, I don't know why I'm even mentioning this. There is one client occasionally I'll see once a week on Wednesday mornings. That doesn't count. It's over by 8 o'clock in the morning, so it really doesn't count. But normally I get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm retired after all, right? Oh, I passed Never mind. The Lucky Shoe. I couldn't think of the name of the restaurant. The Lucky Shoe that I've been speculating about forever. It looks so interesting. I think it might be a great restaurant. I really want to try it. And it never seemed to be open. And I got frustrated. And then I found out they're not open for breakfast or lunch. They're open for dinner. And you know me, I go to bed at like 8:30. I don't go out to dinner much in the evening. But yesterday, I finished at the museum about 4 o'clock, and I was really hungry. And I said, well, I'll pick up something in town a takeout to go home. And it was open. So I quick whipped in. It's going open. And I grabbed the handle, and it was locked. And I'm like, it's not really open. They're fooling me. It was just a few minutes after 4. And apparently I didn't really understand it at the time. They open at 4. And as I'm walking back out towards the car, I'm passing an open window and I hear a guy's voice. I sort of called in there, are you open? She said, yeah, just give me a second. And they unlocked the door. So I was the first one in there. And I looked at I decided to film the whole thing. I asked him if I could, and he said yes. And I looked at the menu, and it was unremarkable. It's kind of a typical menu of a typical restaurant in this area. And for some reason, I haven't had a chicken. I didn't want another hamburger. I was like, chicken sandwich sounds good. And let me tell you, I think chicken sandwiches and grilled chicken breasts, it's tough to get right. Underdone, overdone, getting it right in the sweet spot is not easy to do. And they delivered that chicken sandwich, and I bit into it, and I was like, whoa, they nailed this. It was perfect. The taste, the texture, the temperature, everything about this grilled chicken breast was absolutely perfect. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. I was blown away. So I released that video this morning, and hopefully that'll coax some folks to go in there to try it out. The inside of it's beautiful. And they've got a foosball table and a pool table and an air hockey table. It's a place that I'm sure can be, with a group of folks, can be a whole heck of a lot of fun. So those of you that aren't familiar, those of you that are familiar with me and everything, go get a cup of coffee. You don't need to listen to this, but we're in Eagle Nest, New Mexico, which is northern New Mexico. If you draw a line straight up north 30 miles, you'd be in Colorado. And so that's how far north it is. And you can see what beautiful country it is. And I am on my way from Eagle Nest, where I stay, where Eagle Nest Lake is, to Angel Fire, where there's no laundromat in Eagle Nest. There's no real grocery store. There's a convenience store called Rocky's, who, by the way, they have, in addition to regular convenience store stuff, they have hot food that they serve. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's the breakfast sandwiches are almost criminally good. It's amazing. So anyway, it's about 9 miles. So I'm making a trek to Angel Fire because there's a laundromat there. There's a local grocery store that I really love. And this is all right next to each other. And next to that is, on Sundays, the farmer's market. So Dottie and I are headed there to do our laundry, go by the Lowe's grocery store, and go by the farmer's market to make a day of it. And you go. So back to those of you that are longtime viewers, you're like, Rob, you're doing this again? Isn't this like the 4th time? Yeah. You really want to get an idea of what my life is like, because you want to know the life of a retired guy in an RV in the West. This is what it is. About every 2 weeks, I make this particular pilgrimage, and because I need to do laundry, I need I don't need that many grocery items because I just did a grocery shopping, but there's a few that I need. And one of the things I like to do is there's a Subway in there, and I get a foot-long submarine sandwich from Subway, and I have them cut it into fours, so I can, into quarters, so I can have a Subway sandwich for the next couple of days. So this is my routine. And what'll be different though is the drive will be the same, the places will be the same, but probably the stuff that I say on the way isn't necessarily going to be the same. I released a video this morning that was done at the detailed, well thought out suggestion of a viewer. This viewer sent me an email and said, I have a suggestion for a video for you. And it was about addressing her personal concerns and she said that probably the concerns of many others about considering this lifestyle. So I took her email and I turned it into an outline for a video, and I'm like, a lot of people have suggestions that you should do a video on this, a video on that, and I usually dismiss the ideas because they don't resonate with me, but this person's suggestions resonated with me big time, so I did that video. And one of the things that she said that made a lot of sense to me, she said in the email, she goes, Rob, I know you've gone over these things many times, over many videos, and it'll feel like repeating yourself, but I think it's not only okay, but I think it's appropriate for you to repeat yourself. This is important. This is an important life decision that should not be underestimated. And repeating key concepts and key learnings that I've had from this lifestyle, I think can be valuable to some people. And I would suggest, if you have a YouTube channel or thinking about one, try to have the attitude that I try to have. When I do a video, I do it for two reasons. I do it because I enjoy doing it. I'm driving down the road. I'm not bored because I'm in beautiful country, but I'm also talking to you. I think that's a lot of fun. That's my idea of entertainment. But in addition to that, I think that there is going to be someone out there that's going to hear what I have to say, and it's going to make a difference in their life some way. So the way that I try to think about YouTube is, if I do a video and it gets ridiculously one view and it's that person, then mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. So when I start fretting over, oh, I did a video and it only got 500 views, I go, that's 500 chances to hit the right folks. Stop it, shut up, quit complaining. You got 500 views, you got 200 views, you got 100 views. Be grateful that anyone is listening at all, and just shut the heck up about whining about going viral or getting lots of views, and just do what your instincts tell you to do. Do the videos. Talk to people. Talk to them like, you're staring at your camera. Rob, you're staring at your camera right now in front of you, going down the road. Believe that the people listening are sitting right in front of you, and you're talking to them. So that's what I'm doing, and so that's my suggestion. That's the attitude to have when you have a YouTube channel. And here's my belief: you will have success in many measures if you do that consistently over time. You will. And this is a personal suggestion. This isn't, expert YouTube advice. I'm a guy, with I'm a guy with a small channel. I will say this, and I believe this. If you're going to do a YouTube channel, I think the best way to get a loyal audience is to not ask them to do anything other than try to watch my videos. I'm going to put out a video, give it a try. And don't blame them if they give it a try and leave after 10 seconds. That's fine. So all that I ask of my viewers is give it a shot, see if it's interesting. I don't ask them to subscribe. I don't ask them to like. Well, what's true is I do ask people to comment, but if that's if you want to. I don't ask you to comment because I think it's some big benefit to me. I ask you to comment mostly because people share their stories in the comments, and that does as much and sometimes more than I can do in a video to share a message about this lifestyle, about aging, etc. I think that has a lot of value. But I don't ask people to, I don't do sponsored videos. I used to. You can look far back. I used to, I'll send you this free thing and review it. And I did a few of those. I didn't really feel good about it. I don't do it anymore. I won't say I'll never do it. I'll tell you, one that I was tempted with was a 12-volt air conditioner for the RV. They said, if you do a review, we'll send you one. And I'm like, boy, that was tempting. But here's the reason I said no. And I would have to be so sure, not only in the initial value of a product, but the longevity of the product. And there's really no way to do that with a product you're not familiar with. You know, I could get this beautiful AC, I can have it installed, it takes a lot less energy, it cools fine, everything's cool, no pun intended, and after 2 weeks I do the video and it breaks down in 4 months and I can't get it repaired. I don't want that to happen to a viewer. Now, if someone said, would you review a Jackery power station? I'd say, yeah, send me one and I'll review it, because I've had a Jackery power station for like 3 or 4 years and I use it over and over again, and I can attest to the value of it, the pluses and minuses, and most importantly, I can talk to the longevity. The same thing with the camera equipment that I've used. I wouldn't do the camera I'm using right now is brand new to me. It's the Insta360. I would not do a review for this company because I just got it. But the Osmo Pocket 3 that I'm going to use later today, I've used for over a year. I'd do a review all day long on that, or the action camera that I have that DJI makes. The Dell computer that I have, things that I not only have verified that they work well, but they work over a long period of time. That's what you might see in the future. And I never can tell. I mean, you know, if somebody said, I'm going to give you let you use a brand new luxury trailer for 5 years or something, I'd have a hard time saying no to that, right? But that stuff's not going to happen. I've got way off the track, way off my intention, but that's what happens when you have no script. We're in, by the way, Angel Fire now, and we're about to get to the laundromat. There's 2 dollar stores, a Dollar General and a Family Dollar, across the street from each other down here. And if you look at both of them head on, their background, it's got the most beautiful setting of any dollar stores I've ever seen anywhere. Beautiful mountains in the background. Angel Fire here is, they have a ski resort up on the left there, you can probably see. So it's busy in the winter here, and it's busy in the summer here too. of my favorite places is coming up here on the right. There's a great little well, not little, it's a big hardware store. It's no Home Depot, but it has the distinction of, I've never gone to this hardware store looking for something and have it fail. They've always had what I've needed. And it's right here on the right, but in front of it, you see that little orange, little tiny building? That's a great Mexican restaurant. This is called Mountain Supply Hardware. And there's a great little Mexican place there. Never had a bad meal there. You can take it to go, or they have little picnic benches out front. There's the Dollar General on the left. We already passed the other dollar store tonight, but you can kind of see it's got the mountain and the ski resort in the background. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. So my routine is, it doesn't start for another hour at the farmer's market. So I come here to the laundromat early, and I'm not going to pull in front. I'm going to pull on the side here because I get a little bit of shade, because my routine is there's going to be no one in there to even talk to. So I come down here, I park here in this spot, and I come back out here and I set the timer for my laundry, and I watch YouTube on my my big Radiohead video thing. It's really neat. So I will be back soon. So I'm sitting out here waiting for the laundry, and I had read a comment today that made me feel bad for the person. Let me read it to you. I have such anxiety that I just about throw up. I get bored and sometimes scared. I don't know what to do with my downtime. I've had 3 different vehicle types: an SUV, minivan, full-size van. I don't want to be this way, and I've planned for years now. I'm at a loss to why I feel this way. Now, I'll tell you what I wrote to her, and I guess from the picture, I can tell it's a her. What I do is I stay for months at a time in a place, and I find ways to connect with the community. For example, here in Eagle Nest, I work in the museum on the weekends. Every time I go do an errand or fix something in my RV, I film it and make it part of my YouTube channel. I mention that because this person does have I believe I determined they have a YouTube channel. Let me see. They have a YouTube channel, and they're posting. Everybody that watches has a YouTube channel. If you have signed up for YouTube just to watch stuff, you have a YouTube channel by definition. But she has 73 videos and almost 700 subscribers. So that's why I talked about doing videos. I mean, purpose is so important in this lifestyle and in life in general, right? Purpose is really important, and it keeps us engaged, and it keeps us from getting bored. So what I'm doing right now, addressing this question and talking to you all on this camera, is keeping me entertained and engaged while I'm waiting for my laundry. So I'm not bored, right? Dottie's bored. Dottie's sleeping, aren't you? Look at that. Dottie's just sleeping. Can you see Dottie there? I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see her now. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit more about that. It really sounds, when you say, I'm bored, I sort of picture you camping by yourself, having a day in front of you and not knowing what to do with it. So find your purpose. You don't have to do what I'm doing. You don't have to volunteer at a museum, but find something that speaks to you, that that makes you feel like I'm useful to others. A good thing might be camp hosting. I understand you have a van. Some places, like, they want you to have a full RV, but plenty of people camp host with vans. And what that forces you to do, one, it gives you purpose. There's things that you need to do on the days that you're working, and you're going to interact with people. And the good news is you're interacting with people that are camping in the campground that you're in, if you're doing that kind of camp hosting, and they're on vacation. They're in a good mood just to start with. Not always, but 99% of the time, people are in a good mood, and it can be fun. Even if you're an introvert, this forces you to have these interactions. Because maybe you're an introvert doesn't mean you can't do these things. It may mean it's a little harder and a little bit more intimidating, but trust me, this kind of human interaction will give you purpose. It really will. So I have camp hosted. I did it for one full summer. My first summer, I camp hosted at an Army Corps of Engineer campground. And the way it generally works is, for federal and state parks and such, they don't pay you anything, but they give you usually a full hookup site for free. And no, it's not taxable. It doesn't get reported as income. So you don't have to worry about paying taxes on the value of the hookups and the utilities. You don't need to worry about that. Because IRS rules say, if you have that kind of arrangement that requires you to be at that place, then it's non-taxable. If it's optional, it may be taxable, but it's definitely not optional. They want you there. That's kind of the definition of being a camp host. So you don't get a stipend, but you get that free spot. And my experience was Army Corps of Engineers. I probably put in, I think it was 2 days on, 4 days off. Or what was it? It was a rotation. I can't remember. I can't remember the rotation, but I think it was maybe 2 days on, 2 days off, something like that. I split it. There was another camp house, then there was one that joined me, and I don't remember exactly how it worked, but for a while it was like 50-50. So half the time I was on duty, half the time the other camp host couple was on duty. So I had plenty of days off, but on the days that I had to work, I had to clean the bathrooms in the morning, clean the bathrooms at night, clean as people were vacating campsites, cleaning the fire pits and any garbage that was around, and checking people in to campsites. So that'd keep you kind of busy. But and there were a few other duties and stuff, and you got to buzz around in a golf cart, and Dottie would come with me. And most of the day you'd be chatting with people and helping them and talking to them. It was fun. Okay. It was fun. So that can be a thing just in itself. Camp hosting, if you check out Pup Camper 58, my friend Cheryl, she is camp hosting now in Tennessee, and she started yesterday, and she's going to go through the whole winter and maybe part of the spring. But she's been doing that, something Ford State Park. But go to her channel, you'll find out what it is, and you'll see it, and you'll see she's in her 70s, and she's had 2 knee replacements. So don't tell me I'm too old to do camp hosting. Yeah, watch Cheryl. She does it, and she will describe to you in her videos what a joy it is. She doesn't need to do this. Here's what she does. She's worked there for years, and she'll leave and say, I'm done. I'm not coming back. And they'll call and beg her to come back because she's obviously such a reliable, great camp host. But check out her channel, and please subscribe to it and get on there and watch her stuff. And her and her dog, it's a wonderful thing. So purpose. We all need purpose. Anyway, I gotta go in and move the. It's got to be time to move from the washer to the dryer. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I think it was. If you want to know how much it is here to do, it's like one machine for the wash and one machine for the dry. I think it was 250 and 275, so five and a quarter. And that's kind of from my experience, that's a little on the expensive side because the smaller towns usually, maybe $1.50 and $1. Maybe I've seen it for half that, but doing laundry every 2 weeks and having it cost me $5.25 that's nothing. That's nothing. I think back in Fairfax when I was working full time, I would take my stuff every 2 weeks to the laundromat and they would wash it and fold it. It was like $10. To me, that was a real deal. They did everything. So that was kind of a neat thing. But anyway, I don't mind doing my own laundry. I really don't. I enjoy going to the laundromat because I'm either in there talking to meeting new people. If there's no one in there, I'm out here watching YouTube videos and recording videos like this. So I keep busy. So back to the person that left the comment. The last thing that I'll say is that if you're so upset and anxious that you're having really strong physical symptoms like being nauseous, I really think there's, and I know it's tough if you're a nomad for medical expenses, but I'm going to suggest if you can make it work, two things. And even if you get to a free clinic, get checked out by a medical doctor. Explain to them sort of the feelings that you're having and see if they might rule out any physical causes for that, like do a blood panel and sort of check out things like your blood sugar and stuff. There could be a medical explanation for what it is. Probably not, but it makes sense to rule it out. It could be low blood sugar. It could be low vitamin D levels can create these kinds of problems, really. It's fairly rare in nomads because we're out in the sun so much, but low vitamin D levels can have a significant impact on mental health, and they can act at low levels over a prolonged period of time can cause depression. And a lot of people don't realize they have low vitamin D levels. It's easily solved through getting more sun and following a doctor's direction for vitamin D supplements. That's all there is to it. The other thing is counseling. I'm a mental health counselor, so of course I'm going to say that. But there's a barrier often to people, low-income people. Very, very low-income people that maybe qualify for Medicaid, which, given the changes in Medicaid coming down the road, that may not be possible for many, many people. But if you do have Medicaid, you can get counseling through Medicaid. But it's those people that make too much for that, but not enough for really robust insurance. That was me before I retired. Your insurance is not going to pay for therapy. It's all going to be within your giant deductible. So there are online things like BetterHelp is advertised all the time. And I won't speak to that one way or the other. What I will say is that you can pay out of pocket for a counselor anywhere between $100 and $150 per session. Like, I can't afford that. Well, if you do a session a month or a session every 6 weeks for that kind of money, maybe you can afford it. Because seeing a therapist once a month or once every 6 weeks is better than no therapist at all. Right? And even a thing like BetterHelp, what does BetterHelp cost? BetterHelp gives you pretty much unlimited access, or at least once a week access to a therapist. BetterHelp monthly cost. Let's see if we can get that here. You know, of course, if you go to the BetterHelp site, it's a little hard to find. BetterHelp's monthly cost typically ranges between $280 and $400 a month. Financial aid may be available, potentially reducing the cost by 10 to 40%. I don't know exactly what that means. They offer financial assistance, so you can check into BetterHelp. Now, BetterHelp, I can tell you, doesn't pay the therapists as well as other platforms. So you tend to get younger, less experienced therapists, which is not a bad thing. I was a pretty good therapist when I was first started right after grad school, and people can be talented, gifted therapists with not much experience. But then again, you want to be careful. So one of the things that BetterHelp offers that if you go that route and you're able to do this or get the financial assistance from them that they're talking about, is don't be afraid to change therapists if it doesn't feel right. Don't get the right one, because they taught me in grad school and they were right. And 20 years later, I'm saying they were right. It was in a class called Techniques of Counseling, and the professor was teaching us all the different methodologies and techniques of doing psychotherapy. And there are a lot of them. And one thing she said was, all this is well and good, but the strongest indicator of the success of therapy is not the method that they use. It's the connection and trust between the client and therapist. In a way, she was saying, most of this stuff doesn't matter. You can use the best modality that there is on the planet. If that connection isn't there, it's probably not going to work. Or you can use almost any one of these. If the connection is good, it's probably going to do some good. So I'd say, and I say this to my new clients, I go, look, I usually say some form of this in the intake. I go, look, not everybody is going to be comfortable with me as a therapist. It's just, there's personality stuff. It's stuff that you can't even put a finger on. Don't stay with me because you're afraid to go on to someone else, or you think you're going to hurt my feelings, or I'll get mad. Please, please don't. But what'll happen if you don't make the move is you'll get to a point where you don't look forward to the sessions. You'll dread the sessions. You'll miss sessions, and you'll just sort of fade away. And you may not pick up another therapist, and things will get worse for you. If after 2 sessions with me, you're not feeling it, you're not like looking forward to the next session, please find a different therapist. You don't even have to tell me. You just need to cancel the appointment and move on. You don't owe me an explanation. So I'd say the same thing if you're looking for a therapist. And that's a long-winded way of me saying, look, if this is so bad you're getting sick, find a way to get therapy. Now, depending on where, these barriers to getting a therapist, they're even bigger when you're a nomad. Why? Because therapy is regulated by state. I'm licensed for people. It doesn't matter where I am in the world. It matters where my clients are. So I have a license to practice in Virginia, Florida, Idaho, Nevada, and New Mexico. If you're not sitting in one of those 5 states, even my existing clients that go on vacation, I go, I can't do a session with you if you're out of state because it's not legal in that state. And one of the biggest enforcers of that is the insurance company. So I get paid by insurance companies, and in my note, I check a box that says where the person is. So if I check a box that says they're in Massachusetts, they're not going to pay me. If I check a box that says they're in Virginia when they're not, that's insurance fraud. That's fraudulent. That's not okay. That's illegal. That's a crime. So you really have to be aware of that when you're a nomad looking for counseling. So just, you could get lucky and get a counselor that is licensed in a bunch of states. Some people use what they call life coaching. These are counselors that don't work for through insurance. They don't do diagnosis, and they're technically not covered by these professional counseling laws. But some of them are very good. So that's an option as well. I was going to say, how did I get on this topic? It's because of that comment from this morning that was really concerning for me. I felt really bad. She says, I have such anxiety that I just about throw up. I go get bored and sometimes scared. I don't know what to do with my downtime. That my heart aches for that. And rest assured that by the time you're seeing this video, I'm appending a response to her comment saying, check out this video, because in part of it, I'm literally talking directly to you. And or anyone else that relates to what she said in that comment. All right, so I think that's enough said there. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna go back and watch some YouTube videos, and I have 28 minutes and 21 seconds to go before everything's dry. I'm not gonna make the mistake that I keep making. I keep deciding, well, it's been in the dryer long enough, and I pull stuff out and I convince myself that it's dry, and I get home and like, these socks and t-shirts, they're a little damp. So I have to spread everything out on my bed and wait for it to dry. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go the full 40 minutes. I'm going to sacrifice. Right, Dottie? Dottie, are you sound asleep, little dog? Are you thirsty? Because I have water here. I didn't fill your water bowl, but there's water right there. See it? There's water if you're thirsty. She's annoyed with me because I woke her up. I'm sorry, Dottie. See you in a minute. All right, I made an adjustment to how the gimbal's working so I can get things trained a little bit better. And here we are. And the first stop is going to be Subway. Well, maybe not. Well, yeah, Subway, because I need to. And there's the Subway. I'll be right back. I'm really sorry. I forgot I was going to show you more of the store. I've been buzzing around, totally forgetting about filming. Don't ask me why, but I love these things. I always keep one in reserve in the fridge. Oh, and I wanted to look for, there's certain cereals that I like just eating like snacks without milk. I don't see any of them here, but I'm looking. There's gotta be something here. Oh, like I'm not sure. Can you imagine paying $10 for a very light box of cereal? It's 7 ounces for $10.49. Are you kidding me? How about the honey roasted? These are with the strawberries, $6.39. It's not too bad. I'm looking for mayonnaise, and I think I see it up here. I remember from before, it's on the bottom shelf, so it's kind of hard to spot. And here we go. Mayonnaise. And I think that's it, but I want to show you the produce section. It's pretty good. And here it is. I got a couple of these multi-serving pre-prepared salad with dressing, and I like my salads convenient. What can I say? But we'll see you back out at the car. So this is the sign where the market is, Lowe's Market, and Subway right inside. And right next door is Frontier Park. And you can see off in the distance there will be the all the vendors, and we'll check them out. Now, first place we're going to go is a guy that sells fruits and vegetables. And last time I was here, I noticed stickers on some of the produce, and I said, well, you know, he's obviously buying them from a store and bringing them here like it was a negative thing. And I shouldn't have said that. It's not a negative thing. I since found out he's very particular about his sources of produce. And it's good stuff, and he's a good guy. So we'll go by and try to make up for that a little bit. So here we are, and we definitely have some really nice looking stuff here. Beautiful looking produce. We got, oh look, we got cantaloupes, we got corn on the cob, we got peaches, we got tomatoes. Cherries, avocados.
Piñon nuts.
Oh, there you go. Very good. Hopefully the YouTube video will send you some business. Lots of arts and crafts here for sure.
So nice to meet you.
Have a barbecue place, and then the Thai Angel, as I've mentioned many times, their main restaurant is right in the middle of the village at Eagle Nest. They're also here on Sundays. Really pretty cool woodworking here, and a very cool looking dog. Say hello. Hello. What's your name?
So this is Bo.
Hi, Bo. Bo, you want to be on YouTube? All right, Bo's going to be on YouTube. But if any of this is like really beautiful with turquoise inlays she's done here. A beautiful cutting board, right?
Yes.
So check out this stuff. It's really neat.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And we have more produce here. So we have Evelyn's Farm here, and beautiful looking produce. Plain corn and roasted corn. That sounds really good. And we have cabbage and very fresh looking broccoli, cauliflower, potatoes, cucumbers. Neat stuff.
know I get my little sample.
Yes.
We'll come back to that honey. So we have ground beef, beef ribs, chuck roast, cheese, all kinds of good looking stuff here. Check it out. That cheese looks delicious. And here are the prices. We're putting you on YouTube, give you a little exposure, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
She's at the visitor center.
So I waited for things to clear a little bit here because you regular viewers will know this is where I get my honey in New Mexico. I buy these big ones, and I'm about 3/4 of the way done this summer with the one I have. So I'll have to do another one in a couple of weeks. But all kinds of wonderful honey here. High Desert Honey Company. And can they? I can't remember. Can they find you online to buy stuff?
They have a website. It's highdeserthoneyco.com.
highdeserthoneyco.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
Co is in company.
Got it. All right. You're welcome. And then here we have 3 brothers bracelets, but I only see 2 brothers.
Yeah,
Are you hiding one?
One of them went to high school today.
One of them went to high school. This is about as full as I've seen it all summer here with vendors. It's a full house this weekend. And if I stop at every booth, this video is going to be way too long, but you're getting a flavor for what's available here. There is live entertainment here. You're probably not hearing it because I'm probably having to scrub the music from the background for copyright reasons, unless they're doing an original piece. And I think you've gotten a glimpse of just about everybody's booth today. Well, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're saying, hey, Rob, you keep doing this. You've done these videos before where usually on a Sunday, you go do your laundry in Angel Fire and go to the grocery store. And then you go to the farmer's market. Again? Yes, in 2 more weeks, it'll be again. I do these routine things in my lifestyle here. And even though I've done them before, look at my face. It makes me happy. I'll see you tomorrow on another video, Travels with Dottie. But before we go, let's say goodbye to Dottie. Hang on. And there's Dottie. Bye, Dottie. See you on the next one. And there's my quarter cut Subway sandwich, which I'll have a quarter of it on the way home.